Good afternoon, teachers. My name is Jagat, and I welcome you all on the behalf of Shri Aurobindo Society. So, this is the series where I share with you every day some of the great innovative ideas given by the teachers of different states. So this week we are sharing with you ideas of Karnataka. So the teachers who live in Karnataka, they have shared their some of the innovative ideas which they have tried in the school, and they have seen such great benefits in the school and the classrooms. So today I'll share with you the innovative ideas of those teachers. So before that, I have some information to share with you that if you are a teacher who is looking for to share your innovative idea with us, and if you are with us for the first time, then you can share your innovative idea on our website, that is www.ziiei.com. So once you go to this website and put that in the search engine, you will find a pop-up on your screen that submit your innovative idea or submit your idea. You just go to that link, and then you can submit your innovative idea with your name, mobile number, and with your innovative idea. And there are some parameters to share your innovative idea, as this is the program name, that ZIIEI, Zero Investment Innovation for Education Initiatives. So it means your idea should be based on zero investment. So there are certain parameters which we all need to follow once we are sharing our innovative idea with or on that website. So there are some parameters. I'll share with you all the parameters at the end of the session, all the rules and regulations, what are the things which you should follow and keep in your mind when once you are sharing your innovative idea. Even though if you have any question to me or any question related to these innovative ideas which I'm going to share with you today on this live webinar, or if you have any question related to our past webinars, or if you have any question related to our program, any other question, anything which you want to know, just feel free to ask me in this live webinar. Yeah, if right now you want to ask me your question, you can put that in the comment box, or you can ask me on the live if you're watching me live on the Facebook right now. So you can comment in the comment box of Facebook. So you can do that and ask me a question, and I would love to answer your all the questions, your all the queries once which you ask me. So teachers, let's go ahead and let's talk about our today's case study. The name is Simplified English Teaching. So we all know that English is a language, and English is a global language. So why do we use language? First, we should understand that, because there are some people we will find always that they give importance to any other language more and their own language very less, or less importance to their mother tongue. All the languages are equally important. We need all the languages. We all should know our mother tongue, and we all should be good in our language. What if you go to for an example I'm taking, if I'm a man who lives in Delhi and I go to Karnataka or in Andhra Pradesh. So as people who live in Delhi, they use Hindi language more to speak, or English. So these are the two languages which are common in Delhi, you will find. But if I go to Andhra Pradesh or if I go to Karnataka, I'll see that people are speaking different languages, Tamil language, Telugu language. So they are speaking that. So how will I communicate with them if I have to talk to them? So one language becomes the way, one language becomes the way, or that it makes our life easy to communicate with other people or to any other country. For an example, if I go to Russia, if you go to Russia, if you go to any other language, if you go to Arabs, you will find they speak different language. But there is one common language in all the areas of the world, that is English. So English is the language which is very common to communicate these days, and most of the things which we find in the market when we go to buy anything on shop, when we use computers, when we use any technology, the English is very common language. And why this is common? So everybody can use it all over the world. If I have any laptop, and if I want to use that laptop, or if I want to buy any other laptop to any other country, so it doesn't mean that I'm going to use that laptop in their own language. So I'll choose the common language which is common in their country as well, in my country also. So all over the world, people try to communicate when they go to the visit or they go for the entertainment purpose. So English is a common language. So, and mother tongue is also very important. And if you are the person who lives in any village where people use different language, or you have a different mother tongue, so you should be perfect in that also. Never underestimate your own language where you speak in. All the languages are equally important, and language simply means the way to communicate. If you can speak any language, it means that you are good at any language. If you do not know English, if you do not know Hindi or any other language, it means you are good in another language. So you know another language if you don't know these languages. But our today's topic is to making English simple for all the students. So as our innovative case study is also, or our case study name is simplified English teaching. So how we can make English very simple for our students, though they understand everything, they learn it, so they can also communicate with the people who do not belong to their area, or they do not belong to another area, so they can go there and they can communicate with them. So let's understand this. So as I shared with you that your mother tongue is also important. So in this innovative idea, it doesn't mean that once we are teaching English in our classes, so we will not focus on our own language. We are going to focus on all the languages which are relevant to us, but English is a common language, so we are talking about it today. So now there are some teachers, they have always questions on what is the benefit to learn language. So it's very simple that learning a language is, it means you are gaining your knowledge and confidence in that language. So as we all are very confident in our own mother tongue, so like my mother tongue is Hindi. So if I speak in Hindi, I will be comfortable. But what if I try to go speak Telugu, Marathi, or Punjabi? If I speak these languages, so I will face problems. I will not be so much of confident because I have never spoken that language, or I have never tried, or I have never tried to learn it. So once you go to learn any language, so you gain your knowledge and confidence in that language. So in the same thing, we our today's first innovative idea is tense chart. So tense chart is our first innovative idea. And before that, I share with you that what is the innovative idea. I want to share with you the name of all the innovative teachers who have shared their innovative idea with us. So the name is Fojia Kausar, then the teacher is from Kopal, and Dhonindba and from Bidar, Viren Govda from Kopal, Muthuppa from Yelburga, and Susma M. Verma from Yedupai. So these are the teachers who have shared their innovative idea with us. So our first innovative idea is tense chart. So we are going to talk about the tense chart. As you get that we are going to make something chart, so you must have got any imagination in your mind. So let's talk about this. So as we know that there are so many students, they face problems to understand about the tenses, past tenses, present and future tenses. So they're not able to like observe, or they're not able to calculate that how to use these sentences in their daily life, and how to understand the use of all the sentence, all the tenses in their once they are trying to speak a language. So this activity is based on that correcting a sentence only, that students are going to correct their sentence what they speak in the classroom. So we'll see that. And so what happens in this innovative idea? So teacher creates one chart in this. So teacher makes a chart of tenses like past tense and present tense and future tense. So teacher makes some sentences on the chart. So we will see that, and we'll understand that what kind of charts which a teacher make in the class. We will see that as well. And I will show you the sample also, that how teacher made in the class and how it was looking when teacher was trying to teach like that. So first what teacher does, so teacher divides the class, teacher divides the chart into 3 columns. So it's simple. If for an example, this is the chart, so teacher will divide that in 3 columns. So column 1, column 2, column 3. So column 1 is going to be the past tense. So the student is going to know what is past and how to use the sentences which at the time which is over, how we can talk about it. And the second column is going to about the present tense, that how to use present tense, what is happening right now, so we can talk about it. And the next is future tense, that what is future tense and how to use those tenses, and some examples will be written on that chart paper. So once teacher makes that chart paper, so teacher talks about it, that and teacher explains to all the students that what are these chart papers, and what are the tenses, and teacher explains everything to student, that that when we are talking about the past, it means we are talking about the time which is over, which has happened, or which we have finished the time we talk about that, like I was eating the food or I ate the food. So tenses like this are past tenses. So students are not, they will not be so much of confused once they are trying to learn, or they are trying to use. So in chart paper we use, and the second thing which we use is the present tense. Present tense simple, like the time which is happening right now in the present. I'm talking to you, I'm sharing with you some of the innovative ideas given by the teachers of Karnataka. I'm sharing with you. And future is tomorrow, I'll share with you another case study, another ideas, different ideas, different innovative ideas. So that will be a future. So we'll talk about this more. And after this, so once teacher explains everything to them, so teacher adds more sentences into that column. So how does that look like? Let's see that. So this is the column. As you see, the teacher has divided this into three groups, and teacher has written also some sentences. So I'll read those sentences. So it will be like how teacher did exactly. I'll tell you that in the first past tense, teacher has written that I ate pizza. So the sentence is about past. I ate pizza, and it means I ate pizza yesterday. So we are talking about past. Then teacher writes one present tense also. That is I eat pizza. So today. So the person is going to eat the teacher. I'm sorry that I eat pizza every day. So it means that I eat pizza every day. That is the present tense. And the next is I will eat pizza tomorrow. So this is the future tense where the person is talking that I will eat pizza tomorrow. It means it is a future. Then teacher adds according to the class, according to the level of the class, we can increase this. That how sentences we are continuous tense we can write there, and perfect tense also we can write. So according to the level, if we are telling this in the fifth class, so we will write sentences according to the level of the students. That what is the level of students, how students understand all these things. So according to the level, we will keep writing that, so students can understand. When students see that on the wallpaper, or on the wall, this wallpaper or this chart paper, so they understand it easily. They gain more knowledge when they see it. So they read it at least one time. It's a human logic. We see that all the time. Once if you are also going to the road, and if you are in the bus, or in your own vehicle, you will see the posters which are available corner to the road or on the side of the road. We always read that. Once our eyes go through that, or we always try to read that what is written on that banner or something like that. So this is human nature. We always read that. So the same thing happens with the students also. Once they come in the class, they also try to read that what is written on that chart paper, and they try to read. Once they read it, so they understand it also easily. And after that, the teacher hangs one wallpaper, that one chart paper, then another chart paper, and then another chart paper. So teacher keep adding such chart papers every day. So like this we can do revision also, all the sentences. Like today I'm going to teach about the simple or the present continuous tense, or the past continuous tense. So here teacher will first teach, and the second day for revision teacher will make a chart paper for all the students, and then teacher will write there. So they, it is easy for them to understand about the topic or about the tenses. So students can make it, that the students can learn it. So the second phase is once teacher teaches that, once students are comfortable, they know about it, that how to make chart paper, how to see that. So teacher gives them task to make one chart paper in a week or in a month according to the time and the situation, that all the students are going to make at one chart paper from their home, or they are going to make some sentences on that, and they're going to come in the class and paste that on the wall, so teacher can check and tell what sentences are wrong and how the student is performing. So teacher also knows about it. Teacher can also see that change in that student, that how the student is learning, how tenses are becoming very easy for the student, and the student is very comfortable to understand all the tenses. So teacher tries this innovative idea, and I believe that you will love this innovative idea. And if you do that, you can tell me in the comment box. And if you are already trying something like this, so you can at the end of the session you can share with me, and you can ask me your any question on the Facebook comments box. So I would love to answer your all the questions. So let's go to our next innovative idea. So the name is prepositions. So practical prepositions. So as we know, the prepositions is are very sometimes very confusing for all the students. So all the students get little confused what are the prepositions and how to use that. So in this activity, the aim is to teach prepositions all the students by the activity. So we can do some activity in the classroom so the students can learn about the prepositions. So, as I was telling you, the students are sometimes confused. So, how we can do practical in this? So, students are going to learn more and more about the prepositions. They know about it. They understand it. They will see that. So, first, when teacher comes in the class, so teacher tells all the students to divide by themselves all the students into three groups. So, teacher divides all the class into three groups: a group A, group B, and group C. And after that, the teacher brings all the students outside in the ground, or we can do this activity in the classroom only. So what teacher does, teacher calls one students and asks that student to stand on the floor. So student comes on the floor, and teacher tells that this here is a preposition is on. So the Rahul is standing on the floor. It means the on is a preposition here, and we when we stand somewhere we use on preposition. So like this. So then another activity is also in a different position. So someone will will keep their book under the table, or so many things, so many positions all the students keep trying. And after that, when students have this such practicals every day, every week, or then all the students they do activity by their own. So once teacher explains, and our next time when this all the teacher comes and the English is the period there, so teacher asks all the students, what have you learned in that practical? Now this is your turn to tell me and share with me how prepositions you know. So the students like stands on the table or stands on the floor. They keep a book that in the bag or under the table. So many things are there which students does this and tell that I'm doing this. So this is the preposition at this time. So like this, all the students are also very they are very comfortable with the prepositions, and they learn it, and they have this practical and experiential learning at the same time. So as we know that experiential learning is the most effective learning. If we are learning something by experience, by practicals, so we remember it for a very long time, not easy to forget, and we know them. Because there are so many times teachers have so many complaints, no teachers, parents have so many complaints, and after parents there are students, they have so many complaints that what we are learning in the school, how we are going to use that in our real life. Now you are teaching about prepositions, you are teaching about verbs, tenses, how I'm going to use that in real life. So here when they do practical by their own, so they know it, they understand like how they are going to use all the sentences, prepositions in their real life. Once, like if somebody asks them that where is that boy, so you can tell he is standing on the floor, or he is near to the shop. Such kind of things we can tell them. So these are the things how we use learning in the real life. There is a always way, and there is a always way to understand all the languages or all these subjects in your real life once we understand that deeply. So now let's talk about our next innovative idea, the third innovative idea, second last innovative idea. So the name is verb game. So verb, as we know, verb is also very tricky for the students, and not so many students are comfortable learning the verbs, how to use verbs like studying, study, studied, or so many things are there where students are confused about it. So here we are going to talk about this and see that how teacher has made verbs very comfortable for all the students. So students are able to understand the verbs very easily with their students are comfortable while learning all the verbs. We'll see that. So what happens in this first, this innovative idea is good for the primary, middle level classes. Primary and middle level classes, these are the perfect classes for this innovative idea. And if you want, if you can make some changes in this innovative idea and implement that in higher classes also, that will be your innovation and that will be good for everyone. So first what happens, so teacher comes in the class and divide the class into different groups. So once teacher comes in the class, divided into 5 to 7 groups or 8 to 9 groups, 2 groups, 3 groups, according to the strength of the class, teacher divides all the students into groups. Once all the students are divided, so teacher shares with all the groups that what are the verbs, how to use verbs, and what are the uses of verbs and the learning. So for an example, what happens generally, I'm talking to you as a student. If I tell you that once teacher is telling me about the verb, for some time I will remember it. But after 2 days, 3 days, I will start forgetting it because I'm not using that right now. So how will I be able to remember that for a long time? So here teacher does something. So teacher first tells a teacher tells everything about the verb, what are the verbs, how to use that, and what are verbs are like action, every all the possible definitions to make students understand about this. And after that, teacher gives some task, some practical task to all the groups which were divided in the starting only. So teacher gives them task that the first group is going to will go to the in the school campus, or one another student will go to the library, another group will go to the kitchen of the school if kitchen is available in the school. So all the teacher sends all the groups into different groups, different areas, different places, and after that teacher asks them to write all the verbs which they see there. Like in kitchen, what we do, we can cook the food, or we can make chapatis there, or there are so many things which can be done in libraries also. We read book, we some students tear the page as well. There are so many things can be done there in the camp, in the park also. We run there, we do exercise there. So many verbs can be written in all the places. So once all the students they write some verbs, the group comes back in the class, and after that, all the group tell that what are the verbs which they have observed. So if one group have observed at least 10 verbs in any place or any location, so they share with the class that these are the verbs which I have observed from my side, and these are the words which I want to give. And then after that, all the students create some sentences also, create some words also, and about that the word which they have learned, which they have observed in different locations. So like this, all the students also know. And after the teacher gives them to work to go home, see that what are the verbs which you people use in your house, like shopping, walking, talking, singing, reading. So many things can be done at home. So after that, all the students go to their house, and they start writing about it, and they start when once they come tomorrow to the in the class, and they tell that what are the verbs which they have observed in their house, and they share with all the students. So like this, so it is not like this. So today I have given this activity. So tomorrow I need all the verbs. So teacher gives at least 2 to 3 days to each group, that you have 3 days, and you have to bring at least 20 verbs to this location. Or a teacher can give location also to near to the house also, that go to the temple. What are the verbs which can be observed? 2 to 3 days all the students have. Once they come in the class, they shares with all the students that these are the verbs which I have observed, which we can do in those particular places. So like the students understand about the verb, they know more and more verbs which the and I promise that the verbs which they have found by their side, they're never gonna forget it. They can forget the verbs which other student has told, but not that which they have learned or which they discovered by their own. Not that one. Okay, so the whole class does this. Teacher time to time keep trying this activity, so the students also learn about the verbs in the classroom. So let's go to the last innovative idea. The name is word game. So word game is our last innovative idea. So what we do in this, and this innovative idea, first I want to share, as teachers have question, for which class this idea is good. So this innovative idea is good for the primary and middle level classes, and the junior classes also. This innovative idea is good for them. So word game means that in this game we are going to learn, in this activity all the students are going to learn how to create words, how to create new words, how to learn new words. All the students are going to learn about it. So one, they will know the spellings also of the words, creating a new words, making a new words by their own. This we will see that in this activity. So first what happens, so teacher makes one chart in the classroom. So the chart is like this. So for an example, this is the chart. So teacher writes all the letters, alphabet of English, all the letters A to Z, 26 letters, and after that teacher writes numbers front of that A1, B2, C3 and D4, all the numbers like this. So once all the numbers are written, so teacher come in the class and teacher have some numbers, teacher writes some numbers on the on her notebook, and then teacher tells that students write the number like 3, 1, 20. These are the different numbers, and see in English alphabet or in English letters what is the word which you see we have created. So all the students see that the teacher has created cat. So all the students know about the cat. So like this teacher tells so many words in the classroom like that, and all the students listen that. And after this teacher gives task to all the students that now students, it's your task to make new word like this, finding a number and then creating a word like this. So all the students understand more and more words. The teacher gives them task also from home, that at least 4 to 5 words you can bring in every week or 2 days, 1 day, according to the level and strength of the class. This activity can be done the same time. So 5 new words each every day, and create some, and this can be done as a puzzle also. So one student will create some words like that, and he will give task to other student that these are the 5 numbers, and now you tell which word is created. So the student see that on which number that English letter is, and he tells the word. So like this, that student also comes to know about the new word, and one student has created a new word. So this is how we implement these innovative ideas, and I hope you have loved it. And now if you have any question from me, and if you want to know if you have any query like that, so you just feel free to ask me. I would love to answer your all the questions. And if you want to know something more about our program, that how you can share your innovative idea with us, how you can participate in our program while sharing your innovative idea and related to this program, please feel free to ask me or any question. And some more information I'll share with you, all of the teachers. So I see there are some teachers who are connected with us. So on Zoom, there are teachers saying hello, sir, and good afternoon. Good afternoon, teachers. So any teacher who would like to any question, who would like to ask me any question? If no, it means that all the questions are clear, no queries, even though I would like to share some information from my side that again I'm sharing with you. If you have joined with us, our website is www.ziei.com. So this is our website. There you can share your innovative idea with us with photos, pictures. So there are some parameters. So let me share with you the parameters also. So the first parameter is that your idea should be based on zero investment. So zero investment, that there should be no investment. When zero investment means, like, it doesn't mean that we are not going to spend anything there. No, we are going to spend something, that is resources which are available in the school, or the resources like 10 to 20 rupees investment if there. So I believe that comes somehow in zero investment or minimal investment in that. So the next thing is that your idea should be based on, your idea should be implemented already. So the idea which you are sharing with us, so you have tried in your school, you have seen the benefits. And the third is that your idea should be documented, that you can write your innovative idea, you can share with us. And so your idea should be in the written or by documented. And the fourth is that their idea should be you should get any benefit, like you can bring girl students to the school. As we see in so many areas, there are so many problem scenarios that girls are not comfortable to go in school, or sometimes their family do not send them to the school. if you have any, if you have tried something like this and you have helped those girls to come to the school, you can share that innovative idea also. Now, right now also you can share with me. I would love to listen to your idea, and is anything like that. So you can share with, you can just submit your innovative idea on our website. So once our idea review team reads that, we contact you and we talk to you more about your innovative idea. So this is it for the day today, everyone. So this is the end of the session, and let's meet tomorrow with different innovative ideas and different case study. So tomorrow I'll meet you at 1 o'clock in afternoon, and in Hindi, if you want to watch this session, in all the sessions which available at 1 o'clock in English, so you can watch all the sessions in Hindi from 11 to 12 in morning in AM time. So here Dhirendra sir comes and he tells you all the innovative ideas in Hindi. So goodbye teachers, have a great day and keep sharing your innovative ideas and keep watching the videos. Thank you. Bye-bye.